Say, Armin and Harris, do you guys recognize Israel as a country? LOL. What is your stance on the Israel-Palestine issue? Do you support the two-state solution? Yeah, I mean, I do recognize Israel as a country. I consider myself a Zionist, actually. And I support both Israel and Palestine, okay? But I am against Hamas, very much against Hamas. I don't want to equate these two but I'm also against Likud, the Likud party in Israel. Not that these things are the same. I'm not equating them, okay? But I'm very, very much against not just Likud, every single right-leaning party in Israel. Even though I support Israel and its rights to defend itself, I am against many actions taken by the IDF. I do like Mossad's actions in Iran, right? I do support the two-state solution, but it now has become turned into an impossible solution. So because of all the settlements in the West Bank, the two-state solution it's almost close to impossible now. It's not impossible, but it's close to impossible now.
But why is it though? Let's just discuss it. I'm with Armin up to here, but who is to be blamed for two-state solution not being materialized? Even the United States have said it. Everyone else has said that. Okay, this is the only solution we have. But why? Why do you think Israel doesn't let it, and then they keep doing these settlements?
It's because of religion, right? So if you look at the West Bank settlement, it makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
It makes absolutely no secular sense. Okay, so it makes no sense for Israel. Like, even if you look at it purely from Israeli perspective, it makes Israeli lives less secure. It has no strategic benefit. It has no financial benefit. It does nothing for Israel. The only thing it does, the only argument you have for settlements is a religious argument, because the parts promised in the Bible for the Jews are actually where the West Bank is.
Yeah,
there is no secular argument for
I got heckled. So in the West Bank, obviously, if you actually look at the map as well, the so-called, if there was a two-state solution, you would see these little dots. That would be Palestine. They're literally little dots. I mean, you can't. Well, what are you going to do? You can't do it. Okay, now you're left with Gaza Strip. Gaza Strip is like, how can it survive as a country? Like, it's an open air prison. So. And I think Israel genuinely believes that we're going to make a mini Pakistan if we do it. Like, if we give them, if it becomes a country, we'll always be a mortal enemy or whatever. So I think it's just people saying that this is a solution. Yeah, you're right. I think it's next to impossible. But the only solution is, and this is why we say, if there was no religion, if there was no God's promised land, if there was no two different religions who insist on living and dying there, no matter what happens, if there was just no religion, and let's say both of these groups were atheists, they would have no problem living side by side with each other. Why? Because they do live side by side in secular societies, don't they? So it's such a shame that such a claim can only be made after all these centuries and millennia on the basis of religion, and for some reason all of us have to put up with it.
Okay, so I think I didn't explain myself well, because the follow-up question, by the way, thank you for the super chat, is, and why are you pro-Israel and against Hamas? Okay, so see, the problem, what did you see what you just did there? You put Israel against Hamas. Yeah. Yes. Okay, you should have said, I am pro-Israel. I said I am pro-Israel. The other side of Israel is Palestine. Okay, not Hamas. So I am pro-Israel and I am pro-Palestine. Okay, again, I repeat, pro-Israel and pro-Palestine. Why am I pro-Israel? Because Israel is a country and I want the country to progress and become better, because you know why? Because people live there. Okay, and I'm generally pro-people. And I'm also in favor of Palestine, again, because I want Palestine to do better, because again, people live there and I'm pro-people in general. Okay, I'm against Hamas because Hamas is I'm actually more against Hamas, not just because it's bad for Israelis, but more because Hamas is bad for Palestinians. Hamas is more responsible for making Palestinian lives more miserable than it's responsible for making Israeli lives miserable. Like, the reason why Gaza Strip is this way it is right now is a lot because of Hamas, right? It's a horrible, horrible thing for people, okay? And again, like maybe, again, I don't want to equate these things, but the other side is like, you have to say not of Hamas is not Israel. The other side of Hamas is like, I don't know, the Likud party or all the far right. Actually, I think it's fair to equate them actually now that I think about them, right? Like, yeah, they are evil parties, okay? So I am anti-Hamas, I am anti-Likud, I am pro-Israel, I'm pro-Palestine. Does that make sense? I hope that's clear.
Kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense to me.
Okay, you got? Is that your super chat?
I don't know.
But by the way, so I'm given that the two-state solution seems impossible, I would be in favor of a one-state solution if we could get everybody.
Oh yeah.
Between the two body of waters, which I shouldn't name because that could trigger YouTube. Between those two body of in that area, equal rights. Okay, but that seems also impossible, right? But anyways, we have three solutions at some point, right? We have the status quo forever, which is an apartheid state right now. I consider Israel right now to be an apartheid state, right? So people think when I say I'm pro-Israel, that means I support Israel policies. No, I am pro-Israel and I criticize Israel policies. So it's a status quo for continue with that, which is apartheid. Two-state solution, one-state solution. Apartheid, I'm not for pro-apartheid. There's two-state solution doesn't seem possible, so that remains with one-state solution. But that also doesn't seem equal rights for everybody, including everybody in the Gaza Strip have to equal rights with the Arab Israeli citizens today. I don't know. That seems also impossible. So we have with three.
This is why I say that Muslims love to oversimplify it, and status quo, or even this being apartheid, Israel being apartheid state, it actually suits Israel. So that's why they don't care. They're happy to live, in this dispute. They're happy to live it. They got no problem with it. They're like, okay, well, business as usual. Let's just keep going the way we're going. Which is obviously it's not a permanent solution. I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, and he or she is saying, well, Zionists encroach land from the native people. You can't come up to a place after 1900 years and claim your ancestors lived there. Also, I see humans as pro-freedom group, Hamas as a pro-freedom group. Well, no, Hamas is a terrorist group. One, two.
Who would say Hamas is a Buddhist attracted atheist? Buddhism attracted atheists. Like, geez, man, you're seeing Hamas as a pro-freedom group.
No, it's a terrorist group. It kills children. Hamas kills children.
So I mean, this is why I'm shocked. I'm like, you like Buddhism, you like the message of Buddhism, and you're supporting something like Hamas. That's just
And you have a collectivist mindset, okay? I think like I could speak for hours about what you just said, but I just want to focus on the short version of it, which is what the past is past. You can look at what the people that are living today are not responsible for the crimes of people that came before them. We have to look at the situation right now in Israel and Palestine and see what is the solution to make everything better for everybody going forward, regardless of who did in the past. You're talking about Zionists or I don't know Palestinians as if you're talking about one entity. You cannot do guilt by association. The people who came, first of all, the Israelis who came, the Jewish people who came to Israel. They did a lot of correct things and they did a lot of wrong things. Also, the Arabs did a lot of wrong things. A lot of the lands that the Zionists got, they were sold to them by the Arabs. A lot of it was wrong, and a lot of it was done correctly. The thing is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Let's say all the land that the Jews got from Israel back then, let's say it was all wrong. It was all done the wrong way. We have so many Jews right now in Israel, and there's no place for them to go, and they have homes, and we want to figure out how. Here's the only thing you need to know, okay? In Israel and Palestine together, there is enough land and resources for all the people who are living there. Nobody needs to go anywhere. You have enough resources right now there for all the Arabs and all the Jews. So regardless of who did what before, you could figure this out. If you were not so ideological, if you were not so dogmatic and religious, This would have been an easy solution, but you guys just be hating each other. To have your questions answered on the next live stream, become my patron today. You can do so with as little as $1 a month. Link in the description below.